Washington, also known as AN1 Music Pro. Thanks for stopping by today to check out my 14-day update on my 30-day music challenge. There's a lot of numbers, but thanks a lot. I'm sorry I didn't get to you guys a little bit sooner. I know I wanted to get a 7-day update to you, but a lot of stuff was going on in the music world and working and, trying to get bills paid. But thankfully, I got this 14-day update for you guys today, so you guys can check it out. First off, I want to give a special shout out to everybody who supported Anthony Chucky Caldwell, and myself, along with the rest of the band members for the Kennedy Center, CD release that he had. It was awesome. I'll also leave the link on my page for anybody who wants to check out the video, DVD of it. Make sure if you want to try to get any CDs, look up Anthony Chucky Caldwell, as well as look up my page and hit me up. I'll definitely get some information to you about getting the CD and everything like that. You'll truly be blessed by it, man. He's an awesome bass player. But today I'm going to go ahead and give you some tips and stuff I've been working on and based on the practice schedule that I've been doing for the last 14 days to help me, get ready to, get my technical skills on bass straight so I can be gig ready at the end of this 30-day challenge. So the first thing I decided to do was to see how I could practice without really kind of getting bored. And even though I really love the instrument, love music, period, I just do whatever it takes, woo woo woo, yeah yeah yeah, you know what I'm saying, get it, you know what I'm saying. But for real, what I decided to do was during some of the times where I'm just really sitting down and just kind of like not doing anything, whether it be reading something or whether it be watching TV on Facebook, watching videos on YouTube. I take my bass, unplug, and I practice these few techniques that I've come up with, I've researched, some that I've received from a great bass player, Reacher Cutting Smith III. We call him Ross at First Baptist. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you for everything. He's actually given me the scale patterns I'm going to be teaching you today, which is awesome for any bass player that's learning to play in church. The scale pattern is not biased at all. It helps you get through at least 2 octaves as long as you learn the number system. But we'll get into that a little bit later, hopefully close to day 21 or maybe even day 30. So go ahead and check out these videos here. So if you're going to learn how to play any kind of instrument on your own through lessons, whatever it takes, just always try to go ahead and research the instrument itself, where it comes from, the different parts of it, all types of things like that. It's great to know that instead of just picking up an instrument and just starting to play it, because you never know, you may get instructions by somebody and it'll just kind of be weird for you because you don't know the parts of it, everything like that. So just go ahead and go on Google, whatever your search engine you bang with, what I'm saying, and get on there and just search bass guitar diagram. And they have some great diagrams on Google or, what I'm saying, whatever you use, so just do that. So the first exercise that I went through and I checked out on YouTube was a plucking exercise. How to actually pluck the strings on the bass guitar. Now, what you want to do is with your left hand or your right hand, if you're left-handed or right-handed, the hand that's holding the neck where the frets and the strings are, where you will press down the frets, make the notes sound, you want to go ahead and mute those strings by just laying your hands, resting them over the strings. Not pressing them down hard, but just holding them lightly. Okay? Then what you want to do with your right hand, your plucking hand, take your 2 fingers as if you're walking. I don't know if y'all remember like the yellow pages. Whatever. Take those 2 fingers as if you're walking. And there's a couple of different exercises or different ways you can do this one exercise. But this is a plucking exercise that I start with every day when I start practicing. Here it is right here. This exercise, you can actually do it different rhythms. You can do 4/4 notes, you can do 2/4 notes and 4/8 notes, 4/8 notes, 2/4 notes, eighth notes, whatever. You can switch it up all you want to do. But the more you do it, the more you practice it, the better you'll get at actually plucking the strings and transitioning between them. You can also skip between strings, going from the B string to the G string, or B string to the A string, or to B string to D string, whatever works for you. As well, when doing this exercise, you should always name the string that you're actually playing on, so that you get used to knowing what string am I on, what note is this, in case you get caught in a situation where you want to play it open. Exercise that I do on the bass guitar when practicing every day is helps me with strengthening my fingers that are actually pressing down the frets. There's two different exercises I'm going to show you today. First off, one of them has to deal with the spider grip, which is when you take your fingers and they spread apart the most, over 4 frets. Most bass players are playing over 3 frets because the frets are so huge, and usually most of the patterns you're going to get, you're not really going to have to, stretch over more than 3 frets. So, just go ahead and do the spider grip for now, which will help you with building strength in all your fingers, index, middle, ring, and your pinky. You can do the pattern of 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you would keep going through every string until you get through to the last string, whether you have a 4-string or 5-string bass, and want to go up 1 fret and start going in the opposite direction, descending, and then changing every string, and go all the way until you get to the double beated fret at the top, which should be your octave. Okay? Here it is. Now that you have that one, there's another exercise that I've decided to do that helps strengthen the 4 fingers, but it separates them in a way. So it helps strengthen the middle finger and index finger by itself, as well as helps strengthen the ring finger and the pinky finger, which for most bass players is not the strongest fingers because you don't use them all the time, stuff like that. So it starts with the second finger, then the first, third, then fourth. And you do it the same pattern as the first exercise I gave you for strengthening your fingers on the frets. And you go all the way until you get to the double beaded fretboard at the front of your bass. So try that one out. Here it is. Now here's another exercise to help strengthen your fingers. The last one I'm going to give you today. There are more. If you want to, check out more finger exercises to help strengthen your fingers, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Facebook, whatever. Woo woo. You know what I'm saying? But listen, all right. This one is going to help you build the ring finger and the pinky finger, which are most of the time, like I said before, the weakest fingers for anybody starting bass. Okay. All you're going to do is alternate between the ring finger and the pinky finger, going through each string, starting on the 2nd fret. And as you do this exercise, just as if you did the other 2 exercises, you're going to go all the way until you get to the double beaded fret portion of the board on the neck. All right? Here it is right here. Alright, so now that we're done with strengthening our fingers, just trying to get that done, we're going to take a little bit of a break. Usually I go, give me a Capri Sun. That's out of line. Usually I just go, take a break, just chill, kind of hold the bass, talk to her a little bit. My bass's name is Bertha. Thanks, Lauren, for putting that out there for me. She helped me give her a name. But anyway, um, the next thing you want to do is for those who are getting ready to learn songs, and once you master it and try to really get in those really have those exercises under your fingers, you want to start with scale patterns. Now the first scale pattern is the lower octave, and it actually goes the first fret you start on, wherever fret you start on. If you have a 5 string, on the B string, whatever fret you start on, you skip a fret and go to the next one, going up. Then you skip another fret, going to the next one. Then you go over a string, okay, and start right where you started before on the first string. That first fret, go right across, and you start there. Skip a fret, go to the next one. Skip a fret, go to the next one. You want to go back 4 frets to the next string. Press that fret down with that string, and then go up 1 fret, and that'll be the whole scale. Yeah, let me just show you. You know what I'm saying? Here it is right here. The first pattern for scales, the lower octave. Here's the upper octave for the scale pattern. Okay, I'm gonna just let you see it. Rewind it if you need to. I'm playing them all real slow just so that you can kind of catch on to everything. All right, here it is. Now that you have that down, what you need to do now is combine both of them. And here's both of them combined. Practice them going up the scale. Even though I know I just did up the scale, you want to also practice them going down the scales as well. Also change it up on the bass. This pattern for both octaves is non-biased. You can put it anywhere on the bass. As long as you know the starting note, you can do any key on the bass. It's awesome. The bass is an awesome instrument. I'm learning so much every day, especially from people, from YouTube, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just awesome. So here is both patterns combined. Exercises. Remember to do them really, really slow at first. Anybody that takes their time learning an instrument, when they start to speed up, it'll be so much easier for them. But don't start off trying to go fast, trying to just rip stuff and just going in and everything like that. Try to stay on course, take it nice and slow, and practice, practice, practice. The more you practice, the better you'll get. That's just how it is. And if you need motivation, just remember that when you're not practicing, somebody else is. All right. So I try to keep saying that to myself. So you got finger strengthening exercises, you got scale exercises, and you also have plucking exercises. Do those 3 things, and you should be fine. All right. Um, Make sure you check out my next video. My next video will be covering slaps, maybe a couple of chords, and some other finger strengthening exercises. And you should have to check it out to see. All right. Don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter, AN1 Music Pro, or you can follow me on YouTube for any more of these videos. And of course, you join the AN1 Music Productions page. Otherwise, you can't see this video. So thanks for joining. Thanks for being a fan. I'll see y'all later. Peace.